Pulled the trigger, rented a shop space. Gonna be a little bit hectic in here for a while. I've got a couple projects that need to get done. Today's 2nd of December, handful of projects that need to be wrapped up by Christmas time. So not gonna spend a lot of time getting things perfectly set up, but it's like 3 times as big as the garage. So that's a win, and we're gonna see where this takes us. Welcome. First step after moving in was removing this platform. I'm not sure what the person before me used it as, but it was taking up space, and maybe in the future I'll do something like this again if I need the extra space. But for now, just trying to figure out the layout and things, just undoing a bunch of screws and trying to figure out how they assembled this thing. I had to get up on top to remove all of the plywood, but before I did that, I just wanted to take a look around and found some scrap wood hanging up on the wall, and so I was able to get that down, and then need to figure out a better way to utilize the electrical that was all wired up there for the rest of the shop. I'm gonna do a quick layout, not necessarily a shop tour, because still a lot of work to be done, but also gonna show where I'm thinking things are go, and then would love some input on better ideas for stuff. But first spot we have right here, I have metal rack shelves, so I think I'm gonna do plywood stuff, storage here, and hardwood for projects as they come in. So it's easy to unload, and then try and keep the space open so I can get to everything. Also, shop came with a winch. Don't know what I'll use it for, but I probably can get creative. Next space, obviously table saw. Felt like a good spot. There's enough space in front to unload things, to do assembly and things of larger projects. I think it would be kind of cool to get, whether it's making or buying an attachment to go here to turn into a slider. Also, I'm far enough away from the wall, so for the router that can live in here, I'm gonna have that. Just plug in right here. Got this new run wired up. Got a small workbench behind it. Thinking about, I now have space to expand, make a bigger workbench. Who knows? And then this dust collector has to plug in over here, just because I don't necessarily have the time to go through the process of wiring everything. So would love ideas if it should live in that corner, if it should go somewhere else. Might keep the welding stuff in this area just for now. Have this workbench, which works well. I think I would be interested in expanding it to make it out of some aluminum extrusion, just so I know it's for sure flat. Also trying to use that for like a flattening system, for like flattening tables and boards and things. But this might live here for now. Again, ideas. Next spot, I've got my rolling tool chest, whatever you want to call it, right here. That has all my miscellaneous odds and ends. It's sort of clean, sort of not. I think I'm just trying to get it out of the way for now. That's why it's back here. Definitely not. Don't have my heart set on keeping it in this spot. And then just because of how power is currently set up in here. So we've got a couple more outlets than necessary right there. Drum sander and planer kind of need to be in this area for the time being, but the plan, keep this power, but just extend it down. I think, yeah, the vision one day is get a jointer and a planer. They can live here, and there's plenty of long run. But that's kind of the right now thought. Maybe in the future that stuff can move down here, and maybe if we get big time enough, we can set up a CNC in the back for take the place of a workbench for flattening things, and use it to do some milling of slabs and different stuff. Who knows? But would love recommendations. There used to be a platform here, and so that's why there's some other lights and a switch up there. I've got single phase power, and there's a few extra things. There's some of this stuff is extra, and the way it's set up is a little funky. I can take out this breaker because it's for an old RV plug-in, which I obviously don't need. And then one of these goes to the plug that's up top and to the lights and switch. I just need to do some cleanup of this, but as of right now, just needed to get in and start working. But excited for all the extra power. But yeah, this is the layout, or not the layout, but here's the current setup. It's obviously going to change a lot over the next couple months, and as I have free time to work on it. But it is a start. And my thought too is I have a inflatable spray booth. And so part of the reason putting the table saw there is so that I can open that door, set the spray booth up, have a fan blowing out to take all the fumes out there and keep things clean. But that's the current layout. Again, any recommendations on where to put stuff, any thoughts on wiring, how to make the most use of the space would be greatly appreciated.